welcome to the 9642 podcast. This is your host, Mr. Number 9.
And this is The Fool.
This is where me and The Fool give our
Unqualified and unrequested
ramblings on the various issues in the world of sport.
or something like that.
Hello everyone, we are in the middle of summer, the only summer that counts, Southern Hemisphere summer, so it's time to talk about cricket.
Yeah.
What?
And it
Just
is
have
actually
all-
summer now, despite the fact the Black Caps have played into their third series now.
Yeah, and we're gonna review some stuff which happened months ago, but we didn't have time. There's too much exciting stuff happening in football. Blame
Yeah.
football.
Yeah,
Blame
100%.
football.
Playing football.
As soon as the temperature started hitting over 25 degrees here, I started the old radio sport cricket songs like lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer.
Yeah. Yes.
Have that play in my head.
Yeah.
And we've had a great summer of cricket so far.
Yeah.
Let's begin with the beginning, and the few months late, but incredible Women's World Cup that
Yeah.
happened between September and November. So many unexpected ups and downs, and we have a new champion
Yeah.
in the women's game, a new world champion. So ODI cricket is basically Australia's bread and butter. You pretty much could almost pen their name in every ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
Almost all the time. They were just so much better than everyone else. Throughout the history of the women's game. But this time we have India, but they had a long and tough journey to get here.
Yeah.
The Women's World Cup still uses the old format where they have 8 teams, they all play against each other, and you end up with a final 4. This World Cup we had all the usual suspects: Australia, Bangladesh, England, India, New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and South Africa.
Yeah.
Basically for the qualifiers, Pakistan and Bangladesh went through in 2025 in that qualifying tournament. Obviously India was hosting, so they didn't need to qualify, and the rest of the teams made it from their rankings from 2022 to 2025. Now I think for overall, it's been almost every World Cup team had a pretty good tournament. The India started off with a bang, beating Sri Lanka by 59 runs using the Duckworth-Lewis system. Australia smashing New Zealand in their second game,
Yeah.
looking absolutely unstoppable. Bangladesh, it just seems to be Pakistan is their bunny. Bangladesh beating them by 7 wickets, sorry.
Yeah.
Followed by South Africa, who losing to England by 10 wickets up in Guwahati. And those games were all looked like they were rain reduced.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of rain, if I remember correctly, which made it a little bit
made the
and down.
qualifiers
Yeah.
a bit trickier.
Yeah.
Australia and Sri Lanka's match was abandoned in Colombo because of rain, and this is one of the things. It's unfortunate that the Women's World Cup always kind of seems to get shafted in terms of when they get hosted. This
Yeah.
is monsoon season, October.
Yeah, exactly.
India, there are places you can play. It's a large country, so there's plenty of places you can play where it won't be affected by rain. But Sri Lanka is gonna be a crapshoot. There's loads and loads of rain, but obviously they wanted to have India and Pakistan play in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And that was won again by India by 88 runs. And then South Africa got revenge for their T20 World Cup final loss to New Zealand, winning winning by 6 wickets. Historic game. Susie Bates becoming the first ever women's cricketer to make 350 international appearances.
Yeah.
Like, crazy to think she was playing in the World Cup in 2007, I want to say. Like, she's
Yeah.
been like around for so long. Sophie Devine playing her 300th international.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. Uh,
It
Chloe
was.
Tyron. Yeah, sorry, gone.
And also, it was Sophie Devine's. She was retiring. And I think Susie Bates is also retired after this World Cup. They both have. At least I know
Well,
Divine bowed out. Pretty sure Bates was
Divine
going to.
bite out. I
Yeah.
don't know about Susie Bates. Like,
She was
Susie
being
just
very coy
always
about it, I
hungry to
think.
play
Yeah.
cricket, right? I think if you gave Susie the opportunity, she'd keep playing. Like Sophie, it's been a while where I'm thinking like she was happy, like she was hungry. She got that world title, and she's like, okay, I've done it for New Zealand. Like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, fair enough. Like, and she's obviously had a really long career, but Susie just never feels like she's has enough cricket.
There
Like,
is
just
that.
playing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, they've both been playing for about as long. I think, yeah. Sophie was first, then Susie, but not that far off each other.
Yeah,
But yeah.
definitely.
So I think that's what I can't find the quote here. I think the quote from Bates is that she would find it hard playing without Divine. And Divine was hanging up the boots. So I don't think
Yeah.
Susie made a definite decision one way or the other yet. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine she's still thinking about it.
yeah.
But nobody plays the game harder than her, whichever gender you
Yeah,
can
no.
say about cricket player.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, there's a reason why she's made 350 appearances in international cricket.
Yeah.
Um, the Chloe Tryon for South Africa got 100 wickets.
Oh yeah.
Incredible record for her. And Laura Voltvart, another stalwart of the women's game, 7,000 international runs.
Wow. Yeah.
So like great milestones from that game. The next game, England played against Bangladesh, won by 4 wickets. A game that was reasonably close, but I think England always looked pretty comfortable in the end.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a wobble here and there. The next game, Australia played Pakistan in Colombo and absolutely smashed them. Brett Mooney and Alana King getting 109 runs for the 9th wicket, apparently a record. Incredible to think about.
Wow.
Like, Pakistan coming so close to making possibly one of the biggest upsets in the women's game ever.
Yeah.
Then next game, India played against South Africa. India all out for 251. South Africa chasing it down in 48.5 overs with 3 wickets in hand. So nice, clean, close run win. New Zealand smashed Bangladesh in their next game. We're scoring 227. Get Bangladesh all out for 137. England then played Sri Lanka, getting 253. Sri Lanka all out for 164. Once again, England drawing an easy win. India then played Australia, which is the game once again. Australia won. Smriti Mandana getting 5,000 runs, like what a milestone! Like another like stalwart of the women's game.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's been playing since like the early 2000s, and Harleen Diol, newcomer, getting 1,000 runs. And Annabelle Sutherland getting a 5-4 after playing the game for so long for
Nice.
Australia. So, and of course, Elisa Healy getting 142 runs. Like, come on, Elisa Healy.
Yeah. Amazing.
What more can she do? Like, it's literally the Superman, right? In women's cricket.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bangladesh then played against South Africa. Once again, credible performance from them. 232. South Africa winning with 3 balls to spare.
Yeah.
By 3 wickets. So at least that game taken down to the last over. Sri Lanka New Zealand and England, Pakistan both having no result, which is
Yeah.
sad. Um, Especially because Sri Lanka scored 258. I think that would have been a very useful score against New Zealand in
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
condition. And then Bangladesh playing against Australia, like getting 198 against that strong Australian bowling lineup is not terrible, but obviously Australia chased it down in 24.5 overs,
Yeah.
just absolutely smashing it.
Yeah.
Um, Alyssa Healy joining the 7,000 run club as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Sri Lanka playing South Africa. South Africa win by 10 wickets, kind of guaranteeing their position in the knockout at that point. Pakistan and New Zealand having a no result in Sri Lanka,
Yeah. Which
which
I
yeah,
think
which
that
kind
pretty
of put
much
everything.
dented New Zealand having those two no results in a row, pretty much.
Yeah, New
Yeah.
Zealand, but pretty much then knocked out of the next round. England playing in India, kind of guaranteeing their position by winning by 4 runs, like a super close game.
Yeah.
Um,
Did mean that
and
we therefore were still mathematically in it. We just had to beat India, and I think India, or at least India, and then one other, I think. But
yeah,
yeah.
I think they needed to win against India by a huge margin, but
No, India
this,
still had one. I think we had to beat. We just had to beat India, and then and then
yeah,
beat England. That's right.
yeah,
And then hope India lost somewhere along the lines. But
yeah.
it wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't to be. Sri Lanka then played Bangladesh. Sri Lanka winning by 7 wickets. Uh, Then we play South Africa against Pakistan. South Africa winning by 150 runs. Looks good, showing how good they are right now.
Yeah.
This women's team, South African women's team, incredible outfit. And it's no surprise they've made the finals in the T20 World Cup. England then playing against Australia winning by 6 wickets. Then
Yeah.
we had India play against New Zealand, the game that was basically a pseudo knockout
Yeah.
game, and India win by 53 runs. And also like a very credible performance by India. Um, they got 340 runs and 49 overs. Like they batted really, really well.
Yeah.
New Zealand following up. I don't know what their target was, but it was always going to be difficult, especially batting second with such a
Yeah. It's
when
like
the first teams batted really well.
it's like 320 something. Was it's 53 runs? So
Yeah,
330, 331, 332, something like that.
yeah. Like it was like New
Yeah.
Zealand batting was a credible performance, but it was always going to be super difficult for them.
Yeah.
But milestones again. Uh, Leah Tahuhu getting her 200th, playing in her 200th international game.
Always good.
Another
Yeah.
like veteran for this team, like just played so many games for us for so long. Uh, Pakistan then had a no result against Sri Lanka, kind of effectively knocking both those guys out from the knockouts.
Yeah.
Uh, South Africa played against Australia. Australia winning by 7 wickets. Let's get looking in imperious form. New
Yeah.
Zealand played against England. Obviously, they were out of the tournament already, and England won by 8 wickets. Um, Maddie Green playing getting 200 international matches for New Zealand, and Sophie Devine last game, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, the veteran, like just a giant of the women's game. I want to say,
Oh,
like she's
definitely.
up there with people like Belinda Clark and Debbie Hockley.
Yeah.
Rachel Hayhoe Jones, Charlotte Edwards. She's just one of those greats of the game.
Exactly.
Uh, then we got the final match, Bangladesh playing against India. It was another no result as uh, due to rain, but once again, Bangladesh didn't look like they were doing too badly. They got 119 in 27 overs, but India did look comfortable. But as I said, the match was abandoned due
Yeah.
to rain. And then we had our knockouts, and India coming in fourth in the group stage, looking kind of undercooked really throughout the group game. Apart from the end, they caught form after playing New Zealand,
Yeah.
and then looked like they were gonna be, like they had found their form, and Australia basically imperious, one no results, 6 wins, easily best team in the group stage. England and South Africa followed from them, and India getting 7 points to get to the, in the end, quite easily making it to the knockouts, two
Yeah,
points
yeah,
ahead of Sri Lanka. Though I guess Sri Lanka did have a bunch of no results, so it is a very unlucky for them
yeah, yeah.
to not make it further. So India, there's a bit of luck to get to the knockouts, but that happens at World Cups. And in the knockouts, boy oh boy.
Yeah,
So the first semi-final, South Africa played England, scored 319 and absolutely smashed England all out
yeah.
for 194. Laura Wolfart with another century, 169, reaches the 5,000 mark in
Oh,
ODIs,
nice. Yeah,
and Marzan Kapp getting breaking Julian Goswami's record to become the highest wicket taker in women's ODI World Cup history. So great
nice, nice.
milestones for
Yeah.
those two ladies. Getting a fifer, Marizan Kapp, and they're basically qualified for their first ODI World Cup final. In the other game, Australia played England. Australia hot favorites, and they look like they're about to continue their streak because they basically pull up and score 338 like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Phoebe Litchfield, 119 of 93 balls. And then we got India come out to bat, and Jemima Rodriguez, a star is born, right? This
Yeah.
feels like an Inzamamul Hawk World Cup '92 moment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She's just, we know her talent. She's been playing for a while and getting to slowly making a name for herself, and now in the key moment, like she's played like a complete match-winning knock, like something the kind of performance we've been expecting from her.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they make it easily in the end, really, by 5 wickets with like 9 balls to spare. Annabelle Sutherland playing her 100th international, Richa Ghosh playing in her 50th match. It's the highest successful chase in a women's ODI. And then we head to the final. And the final, we India pull up and score 298 runs. Shafali Verma, the master blaster. She just comes out, scores 87 of 78 balls. But that's competitive score, but by no means an unchaseable. Heck, India's done it. South Africa have scored 300 plus runs in multiple games this
Yeah.
tournament. Laura Wolfart starts out. It looks like she's uh, about to destroy all comers, getting to 101 of 98 balls, the first ever century in a Women's World Cup final.
Wow.
But it turns out to be in vain, as they South Africa just on nobody else supports her.
Yeah, yeah.
Few scores here and there of 20s and 30s, but Deepti Sharma getting uh, 5 wickets, excuse me, from 39 balls, and Shafali Verma winning man of the match deservedly, getting
Yeah.
India win their first ICC title. Women's team win their first ICC title,
It's
and
amazing.
it's a long overdue. This team coming into the tournament, we thought they if they made it to the semis, that would have been a good result, like based on their form and
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
they were playing. And much like New Zealand did in the T20 World Cup last year, they came out to bat and sure, like in towards the later end of the tournament, which is the best time to catch your form, like the later end of the
Yeah, yeah,
tournament,
yeah.
and they go on to win the tournament. Like, and they did it the hard way, right? Like they played against pretty much they beat all the good teams, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To get to win. Like they had to beat South Africa in a final. They had to beat Australia in a final. The only team they didn't beat was England. Like in like those good teams, they
Yeah, yeah.
had to beat New Zealand to get there. So there's no luck. Like New Zealand got a bit lucky to be on the other side of the draw. South Africa beat Australia for them
Yeah.
in the final of that T20 World Cup. But yeah, there's no luck here. And yeah, well deserved. This team's been playing really well in recent times. Like in women's cricket, like it's a testament to how popular it is. Like the crowds were sold out throughout the
Yeah, yeah.
tournament.
And I see here, yeah, they had 5.2 billion views as well. So,
Yeah,
like, that's just
and
crazy.
this is the thing, right? Like if you love cricket, you love cricket. Like
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
enjoy watching it. Like my dad even says he prefers watching women's T20 cricket to watching men's because he's like, there's actually more singles and like, you actually get to see them field
Yeah,
and do, as opposed to every ball is either a six or a wicket or a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
block. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully understand. And yeah, it's watching women's sport. You tend to get a little bit more of the technical side of it, and it
Yeah.
becomes thrilling in that way. So as you get to, you know, you say it's more about the art and the technique of each play to get it to where
Yeah.
the team needs to be at. So as opposed to say T20 men's, where it's just pure muscle, like who can swing the bat the hardest and connect. You say it's six or out.
Yeah. I, I'm exaggerating for
Yeah,
effect,
yeah,
but it's more or less that.
yeah, yeah,
And like I love that ODI cricket is like, alive and strong in the women's game.
yeah,
It's still the best world trophy to win, I think. And well, eventually I do hope the women's game gets a world test championship, even if it's maybe just 4 teams to start with or
yeah.
something like that.
Would be nice.
But yeah, but in the meantime, I'll happily take what I can get.
Yeah,
And yeah, Women's World Cup didn't fail to deliver. And we'll be seeing another Women's World Cup next year, I believe, for T20s. There's so many World Cups every year.
yeah. I know so many. I
By the
should.
way, I am not complaining about the amount of women's cricket. I'm just complaining about the amount of World Cup.
What was the amount of T20 World Cups? You're right. Yeah, there's 2026. There's a T20 World Women's and a Men's T20
Yes.
World Cup. So, um,
And I understand it's good that they're both separate tournaments now. They don't need to be attached to the men's tournament to be uh, to be part of to get the crowds and get the interest, which is
yeah, yeah,
good. They don't see it that, and it was good and they got rid of it at the right time. Like
yeah,
once they saw that the women's game was going to be ready, was getting ready to stand on its own, and we'd already gotten used to watching so many women's games in the T20 format that it was like, yeah, of course we'll keep watching. It's cricket,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Exactly.
We're addicted to cricket. What do you mean?
It's like you're giving us cricket. Well, where's the argument? Just give it to us.
Yeah, pretty much. And so there's going to be, like I said, the women's tournament being held in England and Wales,
Yeah,
and there's a men's World T20 being held in India and Sri Lanka. Let's say it's being held in February and March, which is when you should host a World Cup in the subcontinent, in
yeah,
my opinion, or in the Southern Hemisphere. Like those are the
yeah, yeah,
months to
yeah.
do it. And the like I don't know anywhere in the cricket playing world where October to September is a good time to play cricket. Maybe South Africa. I don't know what the climate changes like there
Maybe, but
now.
it doesn't seem likely as being a great time. You say it's a little bit too late for England. So yeah, like I don't
Maybe
think
the
there's
West
many
Indies
places.
or
Maybe.
US.
Well, yeah, should be okay. I mean, that might be a little. West Indies might be a little bit too hurricaney. Like it's getting into a
Yeah,
bit of
and
hurricane into the hurricane season, right?
feels
So
like from what I understand as well. Yeah, that feels like hurricane season. Also, like it's like the West Indies is also geographically diverse,
yeah, yeah.
right? There's not
I
You're
think
gonna get different climates in different parts.
yeah, yeah. I think US is about the only one where you could probably be playing some sort of World Cup in.
Yeah, potentially with Canada.
Yeah,
Mm. Now, we're looking forward to these World Cups. We'll then talk about the Red Ball game. The T20 World Cup is, like I said, it's going to be hosted in Sri Lanka and India between February and March.
yeah,
The hosts automatically have qualified. Afghanistan, Australia, Bangladesh, England, South Africa, United States, and the West Indies have qualified from the 2024 World Cup positions.
Yeah.
How they played. Due to team rankings, Ireland, New Zealand, and Pakistan have qualified as well.
Yeah.
And in the Americas qualifier, we had Canada get through. From Europe, we have Italy and the Netherlands get
Yeah.
through. Shout out to Italy, first tournament in the
Nice.
men's
Yeah.
game. Good job for them. And look, United States didn't have to play a qualifier. How great is that? They just did well in their last World Cup, which they hosted, and they get to play in the next one,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I think it's good reward because they've like actually worked to get that, and they've been playing. So I do think they'll also do well in this World Cup. They'll have a lot of support. Namibia and Zimbabwe coming through from the Africa, and we have Asia and East Asian Pacific region being represented by Nepal, Oman, and the United Arab Emirates. I'm pretty sure all these countries have played in the World Cup before.
Yeah. 100%. They all have played.
Yeah, Nepal pretty regularly, I believe. But yeah,
Yeah.
Italy, new country once again. It's great to see the game spreading
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and us getting all these new teams, especially because there's some weird culture war in Italy about the places where there's a lot of South Asian workers, like Bangladeshi workers, where local fascist parties have won and they've tried to ban cricket from being played because they're like the ball is dangerous.
Oh, right. Yeah. Clearly.
Clearly, sure.
Yeah.
Um, It's ironic because, like, in the 19th century, cricket was actually really popular across Europe, and Italy won the first ever European Cricket Championship,
Oh wow.
and it used to be a semi-regular tournament. And
All
as you
right.
know, cricketers then as now, they're like, we'll show up anywhere if you pay us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Exactly.
not fussed. You mean I don't have to work in an office? Yes, please.
Yeah. I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's almost as though all of them suffer from ADHD. You know, who knows, you know.
Who knows?
Uh, we've got our groups. Obviously, the Group A will have India and Pakistan. It's funny how they always get drawn in the same group in every World Cup. Um, Followed by the United States, Netherlands, and Namibia.
Yeah.
Look, United States has beaten Pakistan
Yeah.
in their last World Cup. The Netherlands has beaten Pakistan in that last World Cup. This is a competitive group. The Netherlands are good at T20, and Namibia have two tall left-handed bowlers and two really good wrist spinners. I'm like, that's a team that can win any game.
Exactly.
You have four good bowlers. That's the recipe, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like. Yeah. You at least can make it competitive. You know. It means the other teams can't take it too easy, and they've got to. Yeah. You'd expect India and Pakistan to deal with that, but as you're saying, like, weirder things have happened in T20
I
World Cups, so
Yeah, and like I sneakily feel Namibia. Sorry, not Namibia, but sneakily feel the Netherlands. They've been playing better than Pakistan in this format.
yeah,
I
yeah.
am not impressed with Pakistan's batting
No.
power. Like they're too dependent on one or two players in that batting lineup, and the Netherlands actually have a more balanced team.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a tough time. They will play. That's match one. Playing in Colombo potentially could be like the game that sets up who gets second place in
Yeah.
that group. And obviously, everybody mark your calendars. India play Pakistan, match 27, 15th February, Valentine's Day if you're still in India, obviously, but 15th for us, so we can watch it without annoying the wife. Um, and then we move on to our next group, Group B, that has Australia, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, Ireland, and Oman.
Yeah.
Um, Another pretty close group. I think Sri Lanka should in theory be the team that comes second. Australia,
Yeah.
obviously, are the favorites to win this group.
Yeah.
Um, and also they're defending world champions. Um, no, sorry, India are defending world champions. Beg your pardon.
Yeah.
The Sri Lanka, but Ireland are competitive.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe
Exactly.
are very competitive.
Yes.
So no team can take them for granted. Oman, they're, this is their second World Cup appearance. Obviously, we're not going to expect them to do super well, but they've never played badly. They've always kind of been competitive in all their games.
Yeah.
So you can't take them for granted. We will do a kit review before the tournament starts in February. We're just reviewing the groups. So, and we expect, obviously, we're going to expect some great kits from the Sri Lankan team.
Yeah. Exactly.
We hold them to a higher standard.
It's T20. It's in Sri Lanka, and it's Sri Lanka. Yeah. The only problem here may be our expectations being set way too high, but I'm ready to have my mind blown anyway.
Yep. Next we move on to Group C. We have Bangladesh, England, Italy, Nepal, and the West Indies. Other than Italy, who are obviously making their first appearance, they're an associate team that don't play as many games as the others. All four of the other teams could go to the next round. They're all
definitely.
They've all had good performances in the World Cup before. Obviously, the West Indies are not the force in T20 cricket that they used to be.
Yeah, but still, as they showed in the series here against the Black Caps, they still have strong hitting power all the way down.
And
their bowling's
lots of aggressive, powerful batsmen and Shai Hope.
Yeah, and Shai Hope who's just like, I'll win it for you, don't worry.
But Shai Hope won't play in the T20 World Cup, obviously. But in ODIs, he's just exactly right, just fast enough.
Yeah.
To win games.
Exactly.
Like, it's a throwback. Like, he's slowly becoming one of my favorite ODI players because he's such a throwback. Like, just having a strike rate below 80 in the modern ODI era. Like, and he's a match winner, not just,
Exactly.
He's the main batsman of that team.
Yeah, no, 100% he is, yes.
But that's because they have a really good bowling lineup.
Yeah.
Which helps them win games. They just need Shai Hope to score 100 plus runs every game.
Yeah.
Which he somehow seems to do every game.
But yeah, and that, even though, say Hope plays in the ODIs, not the T20s so much, like, still the West Indies, say very strong bowling lineup doesn't change for the T20s. They still very good there. And once again, the game may seem to be getting away from them, and then somehow their bowlers get them back into it.
Yeah.
And then,
they have a deadly bowling lineup.
And say, bat all the way down.
Especially if they do have Sunil Narine play for them. Like, that'll make a huge difference. I expect... Like, England are probably favourites to make it out of the group, but at the key match starts in match day 2, second match of the game, 7th February, being played in Eden Gardens, Kolkata. So there'll be lots of support coming across the border to play this game. Bangladesh versus the West Indies. And then we've got Bangladesh playing against England in 14th February, Valentine's Day in Eden Gardens. So those are the key matches for them. And then they play against Nepal on the 17th of February.
Yeah.
Then we have Group D, where we have Afghanistan, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, and the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. I think New Zealand got into a pretty decent group. There's 2 associate countries they should do well against.
Yeah.
Afghanistan in the T20 format do not have too many big hitters. They're a bowling lineup.
Yeah.
And that tends to favor you, in net run rate, it tends to favor you to be a good batting team where you can pile on and knock out a run.
I think it is
net run rate could make a difference in this tournament.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I think it's like the 3rd T20 tournament in a row that we've had Afghanistan in our group as well. It seems to be the other thing that they just like doing.
Yeah, and I think Afghanistan have yet to beat New Zealand at a World Cup,
Yeah,
T20 World Cup.
we've handily beaten them both times as well,
Yeah,
despite both of us being super worried before each of those games,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, because Afghanistan was looking particularly fearsome, and then the New Zealand bowling attack and batting attack just dampened it
Yeah.
and controlled the game all the way through. So
Yeah.
yeah,
If
it should
Mitchell Santner is fit, New Zealand should beat Afghanistan,
yeah
I think.
yeah
If we have a fit Mitchell Santner and we have decent performances from players like Rachin Ravindra, Devon Conway, um, and Glenn Phillips. And if Glenn Phillips is fit, like it
yeah
adds another, almost like adding two players if you have him.
yeah exactly
Um, and obviously, if Kane Williamson's playing in this tournament, we're winning the tournament, right? Like that's just we
just
just can write that down.
yeah exactly
He's the only member of the Fab Four that will be playing, so come on now.
yeah it is written.
It is written. Uh, though I think he has semi-officially retired from white ball cricket. But maybe
Yeah.
he said only during ICC tournaments I'll come in if you really need me.
Yeah, I think he's sort of done like most other players did, which was gone. Yeah, you can ask, but I'm gonna go play. I'm going to play like the T20 tournaments around the world, as opposed to national duty or international duty. So
Yeah.
if it
And
doesn't
like
clash,
he wants
sure,
to play test
but
matches. I
yeah,
think he wants to play test matches for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Like Virat Kohli has just said, I don't care if you're not gonna pick me for test matches. Fine, I'm not playing T20Is. I don't care. I'm only playing ODIs because he
all right,
loves the format. Like Virat Kohli, arguably maybe the best ODI batter ever.
yeah,
You know, like a very good argument. Like it's him, Sachin, or Viv Richards, right? That's the
yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah,
One
yeah.
of those three are the best ODI batters ever.
Hundred
And
percent agree.
so, like, I understand why he wants to play ODIs, and he clearly loves playing ODIs. And like, Kane Williamson cares about Test matches, and he probably wants to try and win another title for New Zealand. Though, of course, he's won the World Test Championship, and he was captain for that.
Yeah,
The key matches here for New Zealand, they play against Afghanistan first game in Chennai. It's a spin bowler's pitch. New Zealand are not scared of spin bowling, like either facing it or their bowlers. They have good spin bowlers in the white ball format. Glenn Phillips his dirty off spin is becoming dangerously clean.
yeah,
As like so dangerously effective at the right times, and like Tom, I and Mitchell Santner seems to be a captain in T20s who just knows how to use him properly.
yeah.
Is Mitchell Santner also the captain of the ODI team? Is he like the full white ball captain?
I'm pretty sure he's full white ball captain.
Yeah, and like I think Mitch we trust, right? Like I think he strategically such a clever bowler. Like he's so evolved. Like his action and technique hasn't changed much, but his strategies and tactics in games have really it's gone up a notch massively. And he's a tall left arm spinner like in the Chinnaswamy. It's built for him to
Yeah,
have a good tournament. But you can never count Afghanistan out. Rashid Khan is still Rashid Khan.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And he can
uh,
change a game by himself, right? So
yeah,
yeah,
and on the 11th of February, Afghanistan are going to play South Africa in the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, which is like another key matchup. And then New Zealand will play South Africa in the Narendra Modi Stadium on Valentine's Day,
yeah,
um, 7 o'clock New Zealand time. And we those are basically the three matches that'll probably decide this group, which is actually it's quite interesting. Obviously, we hope there's no rainouts. We'd love to have every game played,
yeah,
but ties could happen too. But I think they do have super overs for ties in the
yeah.
group stages now, which I think is a bit nonsense. I don't think like you should have super overs for the knockouts, but not like a group stage game.
Yeah. Just sheer points for that. Like, it is
Yeah,
what it is.
I think so. And they're gonna do a Super 8 format, so which will have so a second group stage with like effect, where you will have like
Yeah.
basically winners from different groups and second places from different groups play each other once, and then after that Super 8s, we're gonna go to the knockouts. We're gonna play a semi-final in Kolkata and a semi-final in the Wankhede in Mumbai, like the two homes of cricket uh, in in India, and the final is going to be held in either Ahmedabad or Colombo, depending on, I guess, whether Pakistan makes the final.
I guess,
I
yeah.
don't know why it says that. Like, uh, but yeah, that's the tournament. It looks super exciting. What do you like? Obviously, we want New Zealand, like, and I think we're getting to the next round is a bare minimum. We would. I
Yeah.
still think New Zealand have a team good enough to make the semis.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Like,
I mean,
depend on injuries, obviously,
yeah,
but
yeah. Depends on injuries, depends a little bit on different things. Like, they, against the Western, like, against England and Australia in the T20s, they didn't look particularly good. That was very early season, obviously.
yeah.
And a while to go before we hit the actual tournament and stuff. But it did look a bit rocky there. And even against the West Indies, and a little bit of that's the West Indies, but we let them back into each of those games and they became much tighter than they really probably should have
There's also,
been. But
yeah, there's a bit of rust I felt as well with New
yeah,
Zealand. They hadn't played cricket in so long as a
yeah,
team.
yeah. And say the West Indies one, it's hard to tell whether that was just the West Indies being the West Indies, or whether
Yeah,
that was rust or poor form from New Zealand. So
yeah, yeah. Well, obviously they're getting to play a white ball tournament, like T20 white ball tournament tri-series with England and the West Indies
yeah,
after the current Test series um, ends. So we'll know more about their form, but also like such different conditions in New Zealand in summer versus going to India at the beginning of spring.
yeah,
And like as much as New Zealand, I don't, we still don't know who is gonna make it into the squad. Like these are the names I would immediately pencil in if they're available and fit. Devon Conway, Russian Ravindra, that's your
yeah,
opening lineup. Daryl Mitchell,
yeah,
just have to have him. Kane Williamson if he's available,
yeah.
obviously. Um, then that number 5 slot, I'm not sure who we should pick in there. Like I don't mind having Glenn Phillips high up the order, playing there, but
Yeah,
also like that means Mitchell Santner is batting at 6, which I feel is like a position too high. Like I'm
yeah,
more comfortable Mitchell Santner and Glenn Phillips being 7 and 8.
yeah. That does sound more like it.
We could put in someone like a Michael Bracewell,
He's been
like
playing
a
really well, so yeah. And you got Jimmy
spin bowling
Neesham as
all
well.
round. Jimmy Neesham, but like it's India, right? You want an all-rounder who can bowl
Yeah.
spin,
So that's pretty well. Just
or at
Neesham.
least a slow medium.
Yeah, Neesham
Like
just has that experience, right? So
Neesham definitely has experience, and you want him in the squad because he's a
yeah,
really good player to swap in if you have
yeah.
an injury. But I don't know if Neesham's like a bowler you want as a starter. Like he's
No.
basically a 6 bowler even in New Zealand conditions.
Yeah. Just that it
20.
can hit it as a batter hard, right? So his all roundness comes into it a bit. But
Yeah, yeah.
like Bracewell's
If
good
he's
as well.
playing
So
mostly as a batter who like a batting all rounder, like that's a bit more comfortable.
yeah.
Um, Devon Conway obviously taking the gloves,
Mm.
and we then you've like the rest of the bowling lineup of Kyle Jamieson if he's available, Jamo, O'Keefe, O'Rourke, sorry, not O'Keefe.
Okay.
O'Rourke. I'm very impressed by Folks.
Yes.
What little of his bowling I saw today, he can
And
get the ball to swing both ways, and there is some potential swing.
Folks is technically an all rounder. Like he actually has a
Yeah,
decent first class average batting average. obviously he's not being asked to do that much batting at the moment, because he's just sort of coming into the side and everything. But he is actually can bat as well. So
Yeah, and like there's Mohamed Abbas as well, good option because he can
yeah,
actually bowl pretty fast. And he's a very hard-hitting batter. Like I don't know about number 6, but still, like number 6, if it's between Abbas and Phillips, I'd rather Phillips at 6,
yeah, definitely,
Abbas at 7, or Satner at 7, Abbas at 8.
yeah.
We're doing that. Um, but the pace bowlers, like I think Duffy is a good option. Folks, once again, very impressed with him. Like
Yeah,
Chemo and O'Rourke are like the staples. Like I think their height is just always going to make them difficult in whatever
yeah.
conditions, and you need both of them. The question is, if Trent Bolt is available, he's a lock, right? You gotta pick him.
If he's available, yeah. I thought he wasn't going to play anymore at all, but I guess if he is, yeah, World Cup, I'll come play for that. Then, yeah, you got to have him. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's not gonna. He basically said 2024 was his last edition. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I thought he had pulled out of everything internationally. But yeah, yeah, you never know that maybe a World Cup he might have been like, yeah, sure, but didn't think so.
Yeah.
And obviously got
Okay.
Ish Sodhi as well for more spinner
And Matt Henry.
options. And Matt Henry.
I mean, Matt
yes.
Henry. Like we can pencil Matt Henry. We can pencil O'Rourke. We can pencil. Like whether they make the starting 11 in games will depend on conditions, and we should be very judicious about who we drop in, put
Yeah.
in. Like, I like Matt's out and out pace in most games. Like, and he's basically the leader of the attack right now. Like having someone as good at batting as Jameson at number 9 makes the lower batting lineup a bit stronger.
Yeah. But I feel like O'Rourke's maybe a touch above in terms of bowling and in terms of pace. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it'd be a little bit you say
But
horses for courses and that,
O'Rourke
like which
is-
pitch suits them better. But
O'Rourke is more accurate and faster, but
Yeah.
I think like Cal Jameson's just a bit more dangerous because he can bowl fuller and he doesn't float when he bowls fuller. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
that angle seems to come out, like when he's on form, like that's what comes out. Like on form, Cal Jameson seems to be more. He can bowl full and still get the ball to kick up, right? Like that's the magic. And that was that's what got him his IPL contract, and that's why he's in the team. But we still don't really have. Like the bowling's there. Like I'm not really that concerned about how the bowlers will go. I'm more really concerned about what are we gonna do with like the batting lineup. That number 6. What happens if Daryl Mitchell gets injured? You know, what happens if Rachin Ravindra gets injured? I mean, Mark Chapman is there.
Yeah, and you got
capable.
like Tim Seifert as well. Like whether we can fit him and Conway in. Like,
I mean, Conway, and I guess Tim Robinson.
Yeah. Like these all ones to juggle around in there. So, like a lot of these though are more, tend to find themselves more suited as top order hitters. But yeah, like Chapman seems pretty good at steering the way, match management and getting towards the end as well. So, and maybe Conway could be turned into more of a closer than an opener, but
nah, you gotta open with Conway,
right? Like I'm saying it, but I'm like maybe they say it's just finding a fix.
If anything else, if we're gonna put somebody in as a closer, just let the best batter in the team fill the spot, right? Kane Williamson.
Yeah, just let him open, middle, and close.
Or we just do what we do with Daryl, um, Daryl, Daryl Mitchell, and just go,
Yeah,
yeah. We need this spot filled. You're doing that, right?
yeah.
You're just our default fix this gap
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, there's that
Currently,
too.
world ODI #1 batter,
Oh
Daryl
yes,
Mitchell.
yes. No, I saw that as well. That's awesome. But
He
he
is
had
the second New Zealander to be world ODI #1. Can you name the first? It is a super blast from the past. As in, like, he's my dad's favorite player.
oh, to go all the way back there, like
And he was an absolute gun at ODIs, even though
yeah,
you
yeah.
look at his record and you go, oh, wait, what? Like, this guy was good?
No, but it's far enough back. It wouldn't be marked great batch, would it?
Nope.
No, further back.
Further back.
Oh, no, I can't think of anyone.
Alright, it's Glenn Turner.
Oh, of course, Tekoch. Yes, you're right.
Way far back.
Yeah.
To the beginning of the first ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
And for like, I think the first week of that tournament, by the way, that first week of that tournament, there was something ridiculous, like 10 games played. Like you had double headers, which you
Wow.
would never do in a World Cup now.
Yeah.
And he was the highest run scorer at that point of the tournament, so he was #1.
That's just crazy.
But yeah. So congrats to Daryl Mitchell, and obviously that we look forward to seeing him absolutely rock it in India. This is a team that's done, there's plenty of overseas and like subcontinent condition Asian experience. So I do think the team will perform well.
Yeah.
Um, whether we're good enough to beat England or Australia
Mm.
or India for that matter, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still expect those three to be the other three teams.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely.
Because it's basically between New Zealand and South Africa for the fourth team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, I see Kane's. He's already thought this was ringing a bell, but I think he has announced his T20 retirement or T20
Right.
international retirement to focus on Test cricket, as we were saying. So I think he's
Right.
ruled himself out of the World Cup. He didn't wait. I don't think. I was trying to look whether he had said it would be after the World Cup or not. But I have a sneaky suspicion he's just said nah.
I mean, fair enough. He wants
Yeah.
to play the games that add to his test run total.
As you say, he loves tests, so
Yeah. He loves, like, all of the Fab Four love tests, right? It's
yeah.
just who gets to, like, for whatever reason, Virat Kohli's not getting picked.
Yeah.
Steve Smith is still Steve Smith, and Joe Root is still Joe Root. So Kane Williamson wants to continue with that, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like he has ruled himself out of the T20 World Cup and said that he was pulling out and just letting, because he didn't want to play any T20s at all. So it's like let them do the team do their own thing, concentrate on that, so that the T20 squad can build up for the World Cup and not have him as sort of a distraction as he's like, I'm going to play some white ball and do that. So
I think that's a good outcome, and like
yeah,
for test matches, it makes like having Kane for like one more cycle, World Test Championship cycle, will just like it's a good outcome for New Zealand, because team will need that stability still. I think
yeah.
obviously we did win that series in India without Kane, but that was a magic series. Like everybody in that team stood up, like did little bits here and there throughout the series to get that win, and like all the ingredients fell, and India kept having really bad outcomes. Like at one point, it looked like it looked like they just couldn't play spin. They were making Glenn Phillips look like a world beater with
Yeah,
the ball.
exactly.
Like, fair enough, Ajaz Patel is good in Indian conditions, and which you said, Mitchell Santner's a beast now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy how good
at
he's got.
Test, yeah. But like, and that first game was pretty much that was a bit of luck of the draw. They got a green top, India, and
Yeah,
New Zealand won the toss and bowled first,
yeah, yeah,
and Matt Henry destroyed them.
yeah,
And that can happen, right? Like
yeah,
the other two games were literally like New Zealand playing better in Indian conditions than India did,
yeah.
like
Well,
adapting
exactly.
conditions better.
Yeah. No,
Now,
definitely. And the other thing
big,
about Kane as well, like he's been injured quite a lot recently, so this
yeah,
also
yeah,
means
yeah,
he's limiting cricket a
yeah,
little bit, so you can focus on that, and not and hopefully for say another World Test Championship, he'll make his way through that. If he bats, each test, will be in a good stead all the way through. So, and he still
especially
said,
at home.
ODIs, he'll still play those too. So,
And look, this is his last chance to make an impression in Australia. Like that's the big gap in his record, right? Like
yeah,
he's just never gotten a big series. And same with Joe Root, just never done a big series um, in Australia or India, and he's played well in England before.
yeah,
Um, but the big one, like India, at least it's a mediocre record, and in Australia he's had a terrible record, and he's
yeah,
not done well against Australia at home either. At least against India at home, he's played well,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and he's played well against England both home and away. But like almost every other team, his record is awesome. Like that's why he's
yeah,
one of the Fab Four.
exactly.
Um, but like there's like his last opportunity. Like if he can win a series in Australia, I think potentially that'll might even be him like going, yep, this is definitely me capped after this World Test Championship cycle.
Yeah,
Uh, looking at the World Championship cycle, we have New Zealand have just finally started playing it. Like
yeah,
this would currently playing their first game of the tournament. Now, I was impressed by the West Indies yesterday. I thought they bowled really well.
mm.
New
Other than
Zealand
that
survived.
first session, they were very wayward and seemed to be able to keep a good, consistent line. But after lunch, they came back, and like they were still fast and a little bit dangerous. And I mean, other than the openers were ridiculous, but the other three were a bit wayward. Then after lunch, they sort of got those nerves out, especially since two of them were like, what was it? Yeah, one of them was on debut, and the other one had only had one test before this. So,
Yeah,
you got to give them a little bit of leeway there, right?
absolutely.
That they're
But it
coming
was
up
like
new
good team
conditions and everything.
performance.
So,
Yeah, it was like a really good team performance. Like everybody's contributed in with wickets in that
yeah,
bowling lineup. Literally all their bowlers got at least one wicket. Kamar Roach, the veteran,
yeah,
um, leading the attack, getting into unlike like one of the rare real fast out and out fast
yeah.
bowlers
And it's
in
just
the
amazing
world.
how well he's kept himself. Um,
Yeah,
kept himself up and running, right? Kept himself in good nick. He's still fast, still accurate. Um,
yeah,
still hitting ridiculous speeds. I think he was up in the 140s,
yeah,
which was it's just crazy to think about.
yeah. I mean, this is a man who made his debut as for the West Indies in 2009,
Yeah,
and he's still playing.
yeah,
He's 37 years old. Like one of the few players in the world currently born in the 80s to still be playing Test cricket. We're running out of players born in the early before 95 in Test cricket, let alone before 1990.
yeah,
But the team, like getting New Zealand all out for 231, at that point, definitely looking on top. And they're obviously they lost a couple of early wickets, but their Tagenarine Chendapal looked really solid. I
yeah,
thought he was played really really well. Um, to see off the new ball, and Shy Hope doing Shy Hope things, batting
yeah,
at
yeah,
number 4. And like I said, like in that first, I watched a little bit of the first bowling session New Zealand had this morning, and I was
All
just
right.
like, oh, Volks looks great. Everybody else looks, like
Yeah, yeah,
they're still going through the motions. But obviously, they had a team talk after lunch, and they hit hard.
yeah.
Then got West Indies all out for 167. Like I had stopped watching after lunch, and then I forgot to start watching, and I thought I could catch their tea session batting, but I was like, oh, West Indies are all out.
Yeah,
What the heck?
and
So
yeah, and New Zealand Open is looking pretty solid in that last session as
yeah,
well. So, I mean, only seven
yeah,
overs they only had to face 7 overs, but still 32 runs, and they saw it through. So, that's,
absolutely.
yeah,
And the like Jacob Duffy, like putting an incredible spell.
yeah.
Uh, I believe this is his first Test wicket, five for.
I'm pretty sure it's his first Test, 5 for as well.
Yeah, he's only played another Test, so he's only got two
Oh,
Test wickets. So
oh
he's
yeah,
more than trebled his current wicket total
yeah,
in
yeah,
this match. We've always known Duffy's got the talent, and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
got the experience. He's such a clever bowler. Um, like I said, I love Zach Folks. Just a bowler who can swing the ball like as well as he
Oh,
does. Like it's just
he's looked really good, especially
yeah,
this year as well. Like I think he played T20 and ODIs against England as well, and then against the West Indies looked good all the way through. So yeah,
yeah. But I think having like this gives the variety because we did have two tall bowlers with O'Rourke and Jameson. Like O'Rourke is a bit less injury prone, so he's generally more available. But we didn't
mm,
have either of them in this game. Matt Henry's got the pace, and like if we have a bowler like Zach Folks also doing a
mm,
swing, and Jacob Duffy being like a really good all-rounder, like you can bowl wobble seam, he can bowl swing if you need him to.
yeah,
Like that's the makings of another good trifecta to build your bowling attack around. And we've got Nathan Smith as well, who he's played 3 Test matches and he's gotten about 10 wickets. So this is another bowler who will, you know, like if we're ever going the conditions where we need a 4-man bowling, like there are positions available now, and there's
yeah,
like the bowling stocks are rich for New Zealand
yeah,
right now, and the Test batting stocks are rich at
yeah.
the moment for New Zealand. But sorry, go on.
I say it's just that's good for us as well. Like having such a deep, reasonably deep batting and a reasonably deep bowling attack in the
Yeah,
tests is pretty good. So there's a little bit of injuries, which is not helping 100% right now in either bit, but like still looking pretty good and solid with what we've got. So
yeah. We didn't have Daryl Mitchell in this
yeah,
game as an
exactly.
example, but we've look at that top 5 right now: Latham, Conway, Kane Williamson, Richard Ravindra, and Will Young.
Yeah,
It's so hard to remove any of these guys for Mitchell right now. Like,
I mean you have
can
to,
Mitchell
but
keep?
yeah, it's hard to decide which one, right?
Can Mitchell keep?
Yeah,
And if Glenn Phillips is fit,
yeah, yeah,
you've got that spin bowler. Like you can't not play Glenn Phillips. He saves you so many runs on the field.
yeah. But then once again, where did he put him in? Michael Bracewell's playing reasonably decently as well and can bat quite well. If Mitch
Yeah, I mean,
Satner's back
like
and fits,
Mitchell Satner is like Mitchell Satner is going to replace Michael Bracewell, but like,
yeah,
where do you put in Glenn Phillips? You're absolutely right, but you can't not have him. Like he's
yeah,
the best fielder in the world.
he is. Yeah, I think you're right though. Potentially at the moment, the biggest weakness in the New Zealand lineup is Blundell and being there for his wicket keeping. But I mean, he did get 29 in the first innings against the West Indies,
Blundell's
so it was
batting
good.
has
But
always been more than serviceable, in
yeah,
my opinion.
yeah, yeah,
Like he averages 30. ish, with
Yeah.
33 with the bat, and he's a very good keeper. Like
Mm.
solid, does not make mistakes. You know, and a strike rate of 50 in the test game means like he's not a super slow batter, but he can definitely anchor the tailenders around him, or he has played knocks lower down the order with the lower order,
Oh
like
yes.
helping New Zealand put like extra
Yeah.
50 to 80 runs, with the last 3 or 4 wickets. So it's a different skill set, right? That batting with the lower order
Yes,
and
definitely.
like
And he does do that very well. He can
yeah.
manipulate the strike and keep things going and see, bat out time if need be, or say just farm extra runs that might be quite valuable coming, towards the end of the match.
Yeah. And like the bowling lineup is like I said, who do you replace? Who do we get in for JMO? Who do we get in for O'Rourke?
Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. I guess it's hard to say it given them, but it's Duffy and Smith, I guess, are the ones that chop out for that. But, say Duffy just got a fifer. He's looking very good. Nathan Smith, very good as well. So, like,
And you can't drop Matt Henry, like I
no,
said. He's the leader of the attack.
no, exactly. Matt Henry goes in first. And I think Folks has been making himself undroppable as well. So, like,
Yeah, it's just weird situation. Like Tom Blundell, the issue is not his batting, it's the fact that he's batting 6.
yeah,
He needs to be 7 max. Like that's the highest he should bat.
yeah.
And like if we have Glenn Phillips batting 6 in a test match, I'm not uncomfortable with that. I'm like, yeah. Glenn Phillips, he in test matches he actually takes his time, gets his eye in, and he doesn't play stupid shots.
Yeah, you got a
Right?
good
Like
point.
it's not Tim Southee
Yeah.
batting this match. And Tim Southee's won matches for New Zealand with his batting before.
Yeah. Not that many, but I always got from Salvi that he was like, I don't care about the batting. I'm good enough, but I don't care about it, so I'll do what I want.
Whereas Glenn Phillips is has a very good first class record, right?
Yeah.
With well, in New Zealand domestic and playing county, so he's a good player. So I don't him at 6 or Daryl Mitchell at 6. Absolutely happy with that.
Yeah.
But then we're having to get rid of one of these bowlers. Are we dropping assuming Michael Bracewell is replaced with Satner?
Yeah.
Just harsh on him as well. But
yeah,
let's go.
exactly.
Satner, I'm not happy with at 6. At most, I want Satner at 7.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Right, I want to. So yeah, it's that 6th spot. You really got to push Blundell and Satner down 1. So yeah, you got to take out. I guess it's Smith, Folks, or Duffy, and at the moment, I'd sort of say Smith out. And slide Mitchell in. Mitchell comes in at 5. Everybody else slides down 1. So Young at 6. Blundell and Satner 7,
Young
8.
is too good at 6.
Yeah, but
Like
Mitchell's better.
That's a
So.
waste of his talent, right? Like Mitchell can bat 6.
But
Mitchell's
grudgingly.
but
Grudgingly.
he's also a bit of a bowler, right? So it's okay that he's batting at 6. You're getting a bit more out of him, depending on the match.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Kane Williamson will probably not play every test match at his age. He'll need, especially if there's long series. And Daryl Mitchell is a good number 3. Or Will Young's actually should be number 3 if Kane Williamson is injured. I'm putting it out there. Will Young's earned that right.
Yeah.
He's shown to be the best player to be in that position because number 3s in this current version of Test cricket, which is so bowler friendly, need to be effectively like second openers.
Yeah.
And that's why Rachin Ravinder's 4, even though he's probably one of the he's the future in terms of batting for the team, the guy who we think's going to be the next best player, best batter in the team.
Definitely, yes.
From his talent, but he's batting number 4 because you don't want him to be in in the first 5 overs all the time. Like that's what a number three is going to be in the modern version of the game. Just because openers, especially batting first innings, like openers tend to get out in the first 5 innings, like at least one.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Like that tends to happen these days more than you might like. So
Like I'm more comfortable with Will Young at number three for that.
yeah.
And Will Young is a really good first-class player. Like probably in the last few years, he's been the most talented. Like the player who wasn't a regular in the team, like just waiting his time to, like he was the best batter in the country that wasn't playing regularly.
Yeah, no, I'd give you that definitely.
And he's always sort of performed for New Zealand whenever he's been given like he's only played 22 test matches when he should have really gotten the opportunity to play more. But like 22 test matches, 11 50s, that's consistency. Even though his average is 32,
Yeah. Like
and
when he
highest
gets
score of 89, but like
yeah, it's pretty
given he
consistent.
bats,
Yeah.
yeah, like given he bats opener or three generally, like in this era, that's a pretty good record.
Yeah. Actually, that's he gets a 50 basically every second match he's getting a 50. So.
Every second match he gets a 50, and
Yeah.
he was the man of the series again in India, even
Yeah.
though he did score a single century.
Yeah.
Just because his runs were like the steady, right? Like the anchor.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And he is probably of the team, outside of Kane and Latham, the best at batting time.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, that would be my thing with the New Zealand team. Like there's less of an what do we do with the top order? Because I think we know what's gonna happen. But it's that middle order where we're like, how do we fit Daryl Mitchell in? Because we have to. And how do we fit Glenn Phillips in? Because we kind of have to.
Yeah.
And just having Glenn Phillips, like I do hope they don't play him as a replacement for Santner. Like the way India sort of did with, like when they'd go over, like when India went out of India, they would they'd just have Ravi Jadeja. They wouldn't play Ravichandran Ashwin at all.
Yeah.
And Ashwin's a good bowler, like
Yeah.
awesome, maybe second best off spinner ever.
Yeah.
And awesome at batting too, right? Like
Yeah.
great all rounder.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see how that plays out. But currently in the game, like as you said, New Zealand look good with the batting. Like they want to bat out tomorrow if they can.
Yeah.
I think if they can bat the whole day and maybe a little bit of day 4, if it doesn't look like rain,
Yeah.
then like that they're putting themselves in a good position in this test match. But I think the West Indies have bowled well, right? Like you can't just take that for granted.
No. The West Indies definitely bowled well. As I say, they have been a little wayward at times, but overall they bowled very well. As you say, the problem was more just their batting. You say, take away Chanderpaul and Hope, and the rest of the batters didn't really do a lot.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, that's the issue there. Is like, at least in the New Zealand one, there was sort of only, there was 4 once you get down to the bowlers. There's only 2 top order batters that failed to get runs, and that was Conway, who got a peach in the first over. Also, perhaps showing a little bit of Ruston and poor form, because he is at a bit of poor form at the moment. Hanging the bat out to catch an edge, not the greatest. And then Ravinder, who just got a beauty. Like it's just like.
Yeah, I guess that's the other side. If any of those openers lose form, like I can't see Tom Latham, he's just so consistent.
Yeah.
But Devon Conway reached such a height, like you're almost like he's got to mellow out a bit, right? It just feels like he's losing form just because he was so good.
Yeah, there's that. Like, he's definitely having a little bit of a problem at the moment. So yeah, maybe it's just hit too high too early, or when he didn't, it's just that then sets expectations and pressure, and then we're comparing it to that and going, oh. But yeah. So hopefully he'll
But
sort himself out. I mean,
yeah,
potentially tomorrow he's got a good chance of that, right? They look
yeah,
pretty solid so far, both him and Latham, at the beginning of the second innings. So he's
yeah,
on
and
15 off
like
23, so it's
and
looked
his
pretty easy
record,
batting.
like if we look at his record, like given he's an opener, so in
Yeah,
this era where it's really hard to open, 29 matches, so he's 12 50s, 500s, so 17
and a double
50s
hundred.
was
Yeah,
like and a double hundred, but like that's part of his 100 column, right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
17 times he goes past 50 in 29 matches. That's more than 50% of his games.
yeah,
Like he does really well in the third innings. It's Tom Latham owns the third innings, but Tom Latham's also really good in the first innings. And Conway, if the batting conditions are like he got a peach today, but in New Zealand and like in good batting conditions, like if we were to make the finals in England, he would be good in those conditions, I think. And he batted pretty well in India,
yeah.
all the games. Like he looked good. You know, the eye test, he didn't necessarily get the runs in all the games,
I mean, he
but
has
he
got
looked
the fourth highest batting average in the current squad, so
yeah.
yeah. Above him is Kane, Darrell, and Ration. So
Yeah, yeah.
when you're in
Yeah,
that sort of company, so
pretty much.
I mean, there is Kane, and then a gap, and then Daryl Mitchell and Ration Ravindra, and then a little bit of a gap, and then Conway, Nichols, and Latham, sort of together. So
And this is the thing, like if Henry Nichols comes back to the form he had 3 or 4 years ago, there'll be a real. That's a guy who could bat number 6.
yeah, Nichols is really good. He needs to get back to that form that he had because it does look
There's a lot
suspect.
of loss of confidence,
Yeah,
unfortunately, for him.
yeah. I think the problem there is he was found out against spin a bit, and so having series in India and the subcontinent sort of has rattled him through. And it's
Yeah.
not not being kind on him, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll get back
Ravindra
into the spots.
Jadeja is retired, so
Yeah,
every lefty who had problems against spin and coincidentally played a lot of games against him can probably come out now and
exactly.
and see if they can't rectify their numbers. But looking at the World Test Championship, like this game's still very open. I don't think we can take anything for granted,
No,
as I said. But currently at the stage, we have Australia top of the table. They played one series against um, the West Indies, and they got 48 out of 48 points.
yeah,
Um, so they they're in pole position. South Africa played um, have played 4 games as well, but they've won 3 and lost 1, so
yeah,
they've got a 75%. So it's still very early stages. If we look at the first series, Sri Lanka played Bangladesh at home, and they have won that series 0-1, but there was a draw in there, so I think they'd be a bit um, upset to concede a home draw to Bangladesh, like a team that they generally play well against. But Bangladesh scores 495 runs in their first innings in
yeah,
that game. And that ended in a predictable draw when Sri Lanka replied with 485.
yeah, yeah,
Um, then they played the second innings, like one, Sri Lanka winning easily by an innings and 78 runs. So um, Bangladesh losing their first series, but it's an away series, so that's
yeah,
not too bad. Um, India then go to England. The series was an absolute corker. England winning that first game by 5 wickets.
yeah,
When that was like a super game where India opened up with 471 all out. England replied with 476. India then scored 376 in the third innings, and then England chased down their target with 373 in 82 overs. Great performance from both sides. Like that's the sort of thing. Like this is Test cricket, right? That's the sort of game we live for.
yeah, yeah.
Doesn't have to be Like, doesn't have to be high scoring like all the time, but like just the fact that the fourth innings is still like you don't, it could be anyone's game, based on the teams. And India then came back, won the next test by 336 runs. They scored 587. England scoring 400 runs to counter them. India follow up with another 400 and bowl England all out for 271. Excuse me. So they take the win at Edgbaston. Then England win the game at Lords, like an absolute barn burner. 22 by 22 runs. England scoring 387. India following with exactly
Yeah.
387 as well. Then England all out for 192, and is India needing 193 runs, but they get all out for 170. Like incredible game at Lords. India then playing England in Old Trafford. Basically, with rain, they basically batted them out of the game. The match was drawn, and then final game at the Oval. India initially start off a bit shaky, 224. England's follow that up with 247. As I've consistently told our listeners, if you bat second and you don't get at least a 50-run lead, you're actually behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
This is why batting first is so good
Yeah.
in Test cricket, still, in my opinion. Then India scored 396 runs. This is an absolute thriller. In England follow up with 367, lose by 6 runs. The series ends in a draw. Like fantastic, basically. Like this
Amazing,
is what
yeah.
we went in for.
Yeah.
Then we have the West Indies go to India. India won the first match by an innings and 140 runs, and then India beat the West Indies in the next match by 7 wickets. Unfortunately, West Indies bottom of the table,
Yeah.
5 matches, no wins whatsoever.
Yeah. They played
the only other
Australia
team
as
with
well. So.
yeah, to be fair, both away series for West Indies
Yeah,
and
yeah.
against 2 tough teams in their away series.
Yes, exactly.
So they're still not out of it.
No, and
but
then
the only other team with 0 points is New Zealand, who have not played.
Yeah.
So
I'd say, and then the Windies come here to New Zealand in New Zealand. So, and we send
Yeah.
them down to Christchurch for the first test, where it's windy and wet
Yeah,
and cold. So.
West Indies have not won a series in New Zealand since 1981 or
Yeah.
something ridiculous. So currently, West Indies are in not a good position as but New Zealand, it's still a match I think in the balance. But New Zealand, they will play 2 more games. And fingers crossed, rain does not affect any of it.
No, hopefully not. I think, yeah, I can't remember what the weather forecast for tomorrow is down in Christchurch, but it may be impacted tomorrow, which is a little sad.
Yeah. But so it looks like one of those games that would have been a shortened test match anyway, just because the bowlers have dominated the game so far.
Yeah. There is that too.
Then the next series in basically March next year, Bangladesh go to Pakistan. Bangladesh handily beat Pakistan in last year for the first time in Rawalpindi in a game where Bangladesh's fast bowlers battered Pakistan's batting lineup, and Bangladesh's batters treated Pakistan's fast bowlers like they were in primary school. But then Pakistan followed up by beating them by an innings. So this is Pakistan cricket we're talking about.
Oh, exactly. Who knows what's going to happen? So,
but that should be a competitive series. As you said, Bangladesh getting an overseas draw so far, so not a bad start to the tournament. And the team have played well in Pakistan and actually have a pretty decent batting lineup in test matches right now. Then New Zealand go to England in June. They play a 3-match series. New Zealand have a decent record against England in England. we don't know if Brendan McCullum or Ben Stokes will still be in charge of England at that point. If it'll depend heavily on what happens in the Ashes,
Yeah.
which are currently going on. I unfortunately skipped the Ashes. I didn't mean to do that. That was by accident. um,
We can cover the
England
one match
somehow.
at the end. So
Can we just say England played like idiots and somehow lost to Australia?
yeah, I was about to say like you missed the Ashes, the first test of the Ashes. It wasn't particularly hard since it was over before the weekend finished. So
Yeah. It was like I watched uh, England when Australia got England out in the third innings for 164. My reaction was, this is a tough pitch to bat on, and Brendan McCullum said it like 204 was plenty
yeah,
on that pitch. But England came out batting when Travis Head came out to open, which was a masterclass move. Like Steve Smith just knew what he was doing. He's sending him out, sending the bin lid out to bat, and like it's a free hit for him, right? Nobody's expecting him to, if he gets out early, they're like, okay, he's not an opener.
yeah.
And any runs he gets, it'll be like, they're going to be fast runs because it's Travis Head and he's on fire at the moment.
Yeah.
Um, gets a daddy 100. And like, but this thing, like they immediately started bowling to him outside his legs. It's like, what? What are you doing? The ball is swinging. You're getting movement off the pitch.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine someone like Jimmy Anderson doing that, right?
No, exactly.
Like, England have a lot to think about when they play the rest of it. Like, we joke about it. Glenn McGrath jokes about it. 5-0 fuck off every time England come down under
Yeah.
to play the Ashes. And like, I don't think it's wrong. It looks like that's just going to be what it is. And like, it is a lot of stupidity right now. And,
Yeah.
there's some weird stuff in England. Like, Harry Brook gets made captain, and like, Joe Root openly says, yeah, it's good that he's a good captain, but, he's an idiot. Like, come on, you're literally publicly calling your boss an idiot.
Great work, Root. Great work.
And like, yeah, all these players, like Joe Root actually averages more than 50 when he lasts more than 20 balls. So why don't you play out 20 balls?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, that was Harry Brook. And Joe Root, okay, he's just always bad in Australia. Like, unfortunately, he looked terrible. Like, Joe Root is one of the best batters I've ever seen play. He's probably, outside of those three, like I said earlier, Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, and Viv Richards, Joe Root has a good argument to be number 4. Like, one of those players who just used to just score twos for fun between the overs of 20 and 40. Like,
Yeah.
when most teams would be like, let's have a ceasefire for 30 overs, for 20 overs, and then we'll bowl again at the death. He's like, nope, I'm just gonna slowly kill you slowly, and you go, wait, you somehow score like 5, 6 and over,
Yeah.
in that time. But like, and he's obviously an amazing test player. But it's just not done it in Australia, so that's going to be a disappointing thing for him. Like, I'm sure he's motivated. Like, I'm sure Brendan McCullum has basically told them to shape up, and Ben Stokes will be disappointed as well.
Yeah.
So look at that. Just for the sake of the series, I hope we do get a good game in the Gabba and England make it back. But also, that would mean Australia get closer down and are easier for New Zealand to catch up to. Thing. So New Zealand go to England, as we said, in June. We know where the places, like they're playing Lords, Oval, Trent Bridge. These are going to be good batting pitches. I think New Zealand's bowling lineup are going to be good in English conditions. We gotta give Zach Fox. We gotta take him to England.
Yeah, I think so too.
Zach Fox, and obviously if Kyle Jamieson or O'Rourke is fit with Matt Henry, that's a bowling lineup.
Yeah, that is amazing.
So, and if like Mitchell Santner or Glenn Phillips as your spin bowler in those conditions, if
Oh
or
yeah,
both,
or both.
uh, then West Indies uh, play their first home series against Sri Lanka at home.
Oh nice.
They can win that.
Yeah.
The West Indies, this bowling lineup are good in their home conditions, and Shai Hope is even better in West Indies than he is overseas. And like the Tajnarine Chandapal is like it seems like a very solid opener, and the rest of the team, Royston Chase, he had a bad first innings, but I do think he'll improve
Yeah.
in the next innings. So I think this is a very competitive series. West Indies versus Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, like I said, they drew a test match at home, so they will want revenge. West Indies also play Pakistan. Obviously, Pakistan have drawn a series against South Africa, took one each,
Yeah.
winning their first match in the Gaddafi Stadium by 93 runs, and then South Africa won by 8 wickets to follow up in the game after, where their bowlers basically battered Pakistan in the third innings,
Yeah.
and South Africa chased the total very quickly. Then India did play South Africa. Another historic loss for India, swept back-to-back home series.
Yeah.
They won a thriller against South Africa in Kolkata by 30 runs. And then they won against India by 408 runs. Like absolutely battered them in Guwahati in the northeast. So, so South Africa look imperious right now. Look incredibly deadly. Two away series with very credible result. A drawn series away and a win in India.
Yeah, which is
Right?
amazing.
Yeah. Then after so Pakistan, like because they've drawn a series at home, they'll want to beat the West Indies. But West Indies could go back-to-back series wins here. Sri Lanka and Pakistan. They're both teams that West Indies shouldn't be scared of.
Yes.
But Pakistan have shown loads of weakness against fast bowling, like ridiculously. Sri Lanka are a good team, no question. Now, they're back. At least in Test cricket, Sri Lanka are back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're not, so that'll be a very competitive series, I think. Um, then Sri Lanka host India, and this is the question, right? If Sri Lanka managed to beat India at home, India, that's crisis point, right? At that point,
Oh,
like
100%.
it's a two-match series. So that would mean if the Sri Lanka did win this series, that would mean India have not won a game in two series, and that's gonna put the cat amongst the pigeons at the very least. Then Australia host Bangladesh in August. This is the thing, right? They're hosting them in August, in the middle of the rain season. I can't. They're potentially giving Bangladesh an opportunity to draw a game from rain
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And Bangladesh have a batting lineup that can withstand good fast bowling. They're good at playing it, and their bowling is not bad. They've won a test match here in New Zealand a
Yeah, well,
couple of years
exactly.
ago
Yeah.
with both their bowling and batting. Like, that was a good performance all round for them. It
Yes,
wasn't a
exactly.
fluke match. And New Zealand didn't play badly in that match and lost. New Zealand played to their level, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the Australia, it's like just that time of year, so it gives Bangladesh a chance. Then we get England playing Pakistan in August at home. Like that's a series England should look to sweep, especially if they do badly in the Ashes. Um, Pakistan is, like I said, they're unpredictable. Three-match series, and then we probably got the series of the round. Australian cricket team visiting South Africa. South Africa have never beaten Australia at home. They famously won that series away in Australia 3-0
Yeah. Yeah.
in 2008. And that's the only time they've won a series against Australia. They're getting to host them. Oof. That's juicy, right?
That is very juicy. That's amazing.
It's, South Africa though have a young team, very hungry, and they're world chess champions, as we know. And they beat Australia in the World Test Championship final in Lords. And Australia do have an aging team. There will be injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't expect potentially Pat Cummins to play all those games or Josh Hazelwood. Like, one of the three, at least two of those three bowlers, Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, and Josh Hazelwood, you're probably not gonna have. You're gonna have at least two of those three miss a game at some point in that series, just because they've been playing so much, and
Yeah.
they're old now.
Yeah.
Then we get the West Indies traveling to Bangladesh. That's a rare. Like, the West Indies swept Bangladesh the last time they toured
Yeah.
there. If we remember, there was an incredible double century from Royston Chase. Sorry, Jeremy Kyle to get it in. So it's Bangladesh really need to prove that they've improved, and they have improved. So this is an opportunity for them to get revenge. Then we get New Zealand hosting India. Like, the
Yeah.
last time New Zealand hosted India, it was a sweep. Last time New Zealand played India in India, it was a sweep. So
I guess we know what's
New
happening
Zealand
here.
should. It's a tough ask for India, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've already lost a series to South Africa, and their next series is against New Zealand, who they got swept by, and
Yeah.
it potentially can get swept by. They haven't won in New Zealand for a while,
And
since
it's going to
2008.
be early season next year as well. Like, it's October, November 2026.
Yeah.
That's happening, which could
So you're
make it
gonna get
interesting.
green tops and swing
Yeah.
bowling.
Yeah, exactly.
But that also kind of plays into their hand, because Jasprit Bumrah will be awesome in those conditions.
Oh yeah, it'll be crazy.
If he's fit, like, he's Thanos, right? He's the most inevitable bowler in world cricket.
Yeah.
Like, but obviously with his action and the way and his pace and, like, the amount of wear and tear he's just put on his body and his career at this point,
Yeah.
like, he's not going to be able to play all the games for India. But this is a short series, 2-match series. Last time he was injured and he didn't play. Well, also I can't remember if it was so much that he didn't play or India had already qualified for the World Test Championship final, so they rested him.
I can't remember. I think he was injured.
Yeah, but I feel like you're right. It was an injury. So if he's fit, obviously India have a good pace bowling lineup. So we're like having green tops and stuff like that. Like, we hope it's not a series decided by who wins the toss, because that would suck.
Yeah. Or too much weather interruptions. But it'd be nice to have 2 full games. Yeah, say go all the way. Best players, best team wins.
Yeah, like, injuries are part of the game. You can't control that. Like, I can accept people get injured, but you don't want it to be toss or weather related.
Yeah.
Then we get South Africa hosting Bangladesh. I'm sorry, I can't see Bangladesh winning in South Africa. It's just not. Unless weather drastically affects it, I think that's a sweep for South Africa. And, like, how imperious do they look? If they manage to win the series against Australia at home, that's you can almost pencil their name into the World Test Championship final.
Exactly.
At that point. I think at this point, like, them and Australia rightfully would be favorites to make the final.
Yeah.
Based on how they've looked. Obviously, the Ashes are still very, very young as a tournament. England could change the outlook of that very easily. Then Pakistan hosts Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has a great record in Pakistan. And like I said, I don't think Pakistan's batters are, Bangladesh don't quite have the spin bowling lineup to get Pakistan, but Sri Lanka do.
Yeah.
And Pakistan's issue is they don't have any good spin bowlers at the moment, and that makes their home conditions really difficult. And people aren't afraid to just hit out at Pakistan. Their fielding is weak. Just say it, like, we all know. So why not give it a go? Push the tempo, get loads of runs quickly.
Yeah.
And that's the that's the formula to win in Pakistan right now. Then we get the Trans-Tasman Trophy next
Yeah.
year, December 2026. This is like if New Zealand can even at least draw the series in Australia.
Mm.
Look, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. I want to see New Zealand win a Test series in Australia, and I hope Kane
That's,
Williamson does it, but I don't think that's happening.
no. And it is a 4-test series as well, which is big as too. So
Yeah,
yeah, if we can win that, that would be amazing. 4 tests, win it in
yeah.
Australia,
I mean,
win the Boxing Day
we'll get,
test as well. Come on, let's dream.
if we win the Boxing Day Test and the Sydney Test, I'm like, that's it. That's all
Yeah,
I want. Win those 2 Test matches.
yeah,
And then we have England visiting South Africa. Like this all depends on the Ashes. England's outlook is so Ashes dependent, right? Like
yeah,
South Africa look like they've been imperious away from home. I would be shocked if they're not good at home.
yeah.
But they do play 2 top teams. They play England and they play Australia.
Hmm.
So like they do need to do well against Bangladesh. Like they've done a bit of mission accomplished away from home,
Yeah,
but like at home we don't know because they haven't gotten to play yet. And then then they go to Sri Lanka. Look, they've done the sweep. They've played well in Pakistan. They've played well in India. There's no reason why they can't play well against Sri Lanka. But recent times, Sri Lanka's a bit of a bogey team for South Africa.
yeah,
So at home, once again, it's an away series. So if they manage to win all their test matches at home, they might have already be at the World Cup final at this point.
yeah, yeah.
They might be resting players, trying guys. Heck, they got swept in the series against New Zealand in the last World Test Championship. They still made the final.
Yes.
And then finally, New Zealand team in Pakistan. And New Zealand's been good in Pakistan in recent years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like they're a more balanced team right now. Kane Williamson loves batting against Pakistan.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter where it is. UAE, Pakistan, New Zealand. He gets runs against Pakistan.
exactly. It's just
So I do expect if he's still playing for New Zealand at that point, touch wood, barring injuries, I do expect a big series from him. But yeah, it's like an incredible summer of cricket to look forward to. With just December alone, like this, the Ashes are heating up,
Yeah.
and New Zealand's gonna play that series against the West Indies.
Yeah, yeah.
And then leading up to Boxing Day. This is like the best time of year. Like it's Christmas in December, not just for football, but for but for cricket and every other sport.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and like this is like I've been craving red ball cricket.
Yeah.
I was all I obviously loved watching the women's ODI World Cup, but I was all white balled out. I was like I couldn't really follow the West Indies white ball games that
Yeah.
well. I saw the results, but I wasn't watching them. But like I've been like almost to the level like I've got it playing on the radio back. Like I've been checking cricket for all the time.
Oh wow.
Once New Zealand started playing cricket,
Yeah,
once
yeah.
it started playing Test cricket, just because it's exciting, right? This rebuild looks good,
Yes.
and hopefully will go well.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And hopefully this time tomorrow morning, I'm talking about, what time should we declare
Yeah, yeah.
on the 4th?
On the 4th
Rather than
day.
going, we didn't get to bat because of rain.
Yeah, yeah. I think we should be okay, but yeah, hopefully. So, be having the discussion around right time to declare, how much time do they need to give the bowlers to bowl them out.
Yeah.
So,
Like ideally, you want to bat at least 5 sessions, I think,
yeah.
if you can.
Say a little bit. Say it's only end of day 2, so 5 sessions should be fine. Just that what give 4 sessions to bowl at the West Indies at the end of the game, so that should
Yeah.
be plenty to bowl them out. And
Exactly.
if you bat 5 sessions from here, like that takes the game away from the Windies. They won't be able to win from there, no matter what. So
Or 4.5 sessions. But
yeah,
that's a big asterisk. Obviously, we don't know what the rain situation is. We might see New Zealand take a 250 run lead tomorrow and declare just
yeah,
because of rain.
yeah,
Maybe. So we'll see how that plays out.
yeah,
Um, Bag's not though for rain.
yeah, definitely not.
I'm happier for us to lose with honor to the West Indies than get a rain-affected draw.
Yeah. I think, I'm not sure about tomorrow. Might be the one. I know up here in Auckland, the weather for the next few days is, really the next week's meant to be pretty good.
I think you could hear the thunder here all the way in Hamilton. Like that was
crazy.
Raining.
Yeah, that was today. Not sure where that rains, if that rain continues on south or if it blows itself out and heads out into the Pacific or the Tasman or whatever. So
yeah,
see.
But I think either way, we'll look forward to seeing it, and we look forward to seeing you all. I think that's all the time we have for today. Thanks very much for listening, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Catch you next time.
Well, that is the end. Thanks for listening all the way through.
If you liked what you heard, we have even more. NineSixFourTwo Discord and a Buy Me a Coffee.
Pretty sure it's Buy Me a Beer.
Oh yeah, buy me a beer on buymeacoffee.com.
In both these places, you can talk to us, and we may even listen, especially if you do buy a said beer or coffee. I might still be confused.
Yes, we're easily bribed. All links are in the show notes below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This is on YouTube.